Hey everyone, it's Jonathan from Keyrenter here in Austin, Texas. Hope you're doing great today. We specialize in helping property owners just like you manage their rental properties with ease and efficiency, making it a turnkey experience for our property owner clients. Today, I want to walk you through how to explain a rent increase to your tenant. Very common situation, especially with rising rent rates across the country and inflation as well. But it's important to handle this topic with care and with clarity. I'll also just note here that a rent increase can only be enacted if the tenant's lease is expiring, and you also want to offer them a lease renewal, or maybe you're on a month-to-month lease term structure. It's possible also. I'll just state the obvious here. You cannot change the rent amount if you're in the middle of your lease term. Something to keep in mind. Just for perspective. Point number one that I'll mention is acknowledging the need for a rent increase. So when you first explain this rent increase topic to your tenant, the most important thing is to frame it as a necessary response to external factors, not a personal decision. You say something to the tune of, as you know, costs for maintenance, insurance, utilities have increased significantly, and we also want to make sure the property remains in line with the current market rental rates, which have risen over the past year. Something of that nature. The main thing here, though, is to remember the increase is not personal. Point number two, show transparency with market comparisons. Very helpful to be transparent in this discussion. For example, say something like, after reviewing current market conditions, we found the typical rent for similar properties in this exact area is around $1,500 per month. Your current rent is at $1,000 a month, so the adjustments necessary to bring it more in line with the market. So be specific is the point here. Don't hide behind vague reasons. Be very clear and transparent. Point number three, be compassionate, especially with long-term tenants that have been there a long time. The tenant's been with you for an extended period. Consider offering possibly a more gradual increase. You might say something to the tune of, we appreciate you being such a great tenant for the past 5 years, and as a result, we're offering you a slightly lower rent increase than full market rates. You know what? We're going to keep it at $1,400 instead of going all the way to $1,500. This gesture of goodwill will gain the tenant's trust. It also demonstrates that you're trying to be compassionate and can show value for their long-term stay in your home. So keep that in mind. Point number four, present the rent increase in writing. This is one that's often forgotten by a lot of landlords. After this conversation, do send a formal letter stating the rent increase, the reasons behind it, and how it compares to the current market rate. Keep that formal letter professional, ensure it covers all the key points, rent amount increase, the effective date when it goes into effect, and the length of the new lease term that you're offering. Give plenty of notice for them to respond to this, along with an outlined path if they cannot accept the rent increase and they actually need to move out. Point number five, there is risk the tenant will vacate over this rent increase and has to move out as a result of you enacting this increased rent. Take this into consideration as you determine the right increase amount. Assuming that you want the tenant to remain in the home and provide income stability for yourself, use wisdom, right, in this determining the best course of action for this event. There are times when a small increase in rent or even no increase at all makes the most sense, given all the factors at play. Before I get into the last point, I just want to take 1 second here and let you know about us here at Keyrenter Property Management. We specifically specialize in providing support for investment property owners, and we can offer advice and solutions tailored to your exact needs. By streamlining your rent increase process, you can reduce stress both for you and your tenants. Let us help guide you through managing this and other property management tasks as well with confidence. Last point here. Offer some solutions for tenants who may be struggling with this rent increase amount. If the tenant expresses concerns about the increase, it may be okay to offer some flexibility in this case. Maybe you might say something like, we understand the change may be difficult for you. If necessary, we could discuss a payment plan to help ease the transition, and please let us know how we can assist you further. Losing an otherwise amazing tenant would be less than ideal for lots of reasons. It may make sense to offer some options to help lower the impact on the tenant. Keep that in mind as you proceed through this process. In wrapping up here, by being transparent and compassionate, you can help your tenants understand the rent increase and also maintain a positive relationship. While rent adjustments are frankly never easy, they just aren't, but they're often necessary to keep up with rising costs and market trends. I really hope this guide helps you handle the rent increase process with confidence and care. And before I wrap up here again, I'd love to hear any thoughts that are experiences maybe that you've had with rent increases over the years. If you face a challenge or have any advice to share, would love to hear that. Feel free to leave a comment below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more property management tips. Thanks so much. Have a great day.